Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who aren't sure what day it is Wednesday, which means it's time for another walkthrough Wednesday. Keeping this alive all year, trying to pick out some different homes for you guys, give you guys some different flavors, some different ideas. Last week, we checked out a beautiful home in Orting, and I thought, hey, we did Orting, downtown Orting, great. I get a lot of questions about, I know Rory and I both get a lot of questions about downtown Puyallup, and so, I'll go so far as to say historic downtown Puyallup. So I thought, let's give them a shot at downtown Puyallup. I got to be down here anyways for some things, and so let's check out a listing down here. The other thing we get a lot of questions about is Craftsman Homes. So Craftsman Homes are a big deal, and people are always kind of looking for them. And I love Craftsman Homes. I get a little nervous when you hear about updated Craftsman Homes because a lot of times people will just take away the charm, take everything right out of it. And so we're going to take a look today. I don't think all your comments are showing up on my feed here, so if they're not showing up and I don't respond right away, I'll respond after the video. But let's get through this house. First off, I'm going to give you a quick look around outside here, flip around. We are right downtown, and I'm not going to go too hard to the left because you might be able to hear. This is right over there. You can see kids running by. That's Meeker Elementary School right in downtown Puyallup. If you look right over here, that big building kind of over there, that is the, let's see, am I right here? Is that the, no, actually, sorry. It's over here, right over the top here. You got the library building. So I love the library, Pioneer Pavilion Library here in downtown. It's right up against Anthem Coffee. So if walkability is your thing, this is a great spot to be. You got the church right across here, Meeker Elementary right here. You got great restaurants, great shops, all that located over there by like the library, Anthem Coffee, everything going on. Multiple churches down here you could walk to, and parks to check out. And honestly, the fair is right here. So if you want to walk to the fair, when that's going on in the spring and the fall, you're right here. It's easy to kind of pop over there. So if walkability is your jam, this might be the place. So this home is listed as an updated Craftsman. It's listed at $490,000. We're gonna flip around here. Check it out. It's got the red door going on. It's a very dark kind of paint motif here. It does have this detached, I guess you'd call it a single car garage. The door's falling off it, so we'll take a look at that. Everything's either black or gray. I'd like to point out right off the bat, all the windows are aluminum. So eventually you're gonna want to update those. They sweat bad. They're not the most efficient. Vinyl is the way to go these days. So you're gonna want to update that at some point. But let's take a look at this, quote, updated Craftsman, unquote, and see what we think. I'm gonna pop on in here. So as is the case with a lot of homes of this era, there's really not an entry. You're kind of walking in directly into a living space slash kitchen, and this one's no different. You look to the left, you have your kitchen with island, and then this is your entire living space right here. So it's a little chilly outside. I'm gonna shut the door. As you'll see right off the bat, these floors, they went with this gray kind of motif that is, it's the thing these days. If I'm honest with you, my fear with the gray is that it's eventually gonna pass, like a lot of home fads do, and you'll be left wanting to update again in 5 or 10 years. But that being said, it is a popular look right now and people like it. So, baseboard heating, not the most efficient, not the safest. It tends to take away from your square footage. You'll see it right over here on the wall. You can't put anything up against it. It gets too hot. You catch something on fire. This house has been updated. I'm told everything's permitted. That said, this kind of stuff right here, open electrical or junction boxes, is not up to code. So we're gonna wanna fix that. So that's an issue right off the bat. We're gonna cut straight through, and there's a bedroom, and this would be the master bedroom, or the primary, my apologies, the primary bedroom, right off the living space. As is the case with most living rooms or primary bedrooms built, this home was built in 1910, so 113 years ago. They're small. Everything was smaller back then, a lot smaller. And so this primary is gonna be smaller. People lived a lot more modestly back then. This is the closet. Again, you're on baseboard heating in here, so that wall's kind of going to be taken out of the picture. This room does have some vinyl windows. I did notice them in a couple spots, but for the most part, they're not updated. Now you come in here, Again, you're into this laminate flooring. It's not probably a high quality laminate. You have to kind of peel it up, but just by the feel of it, it's probably not like a 12 mil. It's probably more like a 6 or an 8. They did update the vanity. There I am. Everyone say hi. And it's just a small standard bathroom with a stand-up shower. So this would be called a 3/4 bath, not a full bath. For those of you who don't know, a full bath has to have a bathtub and a shower. And it's a 3/4 bath if it does not have both. And then we'll walk back on out of here and head back into the living space. That's the door straight ahead that I came in. So this is just kind of reverse angle of the living space. Again, it's smaller, you know, and this is pretty standard. For those of you, if you ever get a chance to hang out in Puyallup, I highly recommend you go to Pioneer Park and check out Ezra Meeker's statue downtown. And there's an outline that's built with some trusses and a tree that was planted 160 years ago of his original house. And for those of you who don't know who Ezra Meeker is, highly recommend you look him up. Check out the Ezra Meeker Mansion in Puyallup. Very well respected man. They call him the Hop King of the Northwest. He's the one that kind of preserved the Oregon Trail. Went over it twice as an elderly man, kind of marking it, preserving it, and that's why we have that history. But his house with his wife and like 4 or 5 kids was literally like 16 feet by 12 feet, and that's it. So, you know, they spent most of their time outside working back then, so the houses weren't as big. A lot of people show in this house, including some people I know. My buddy David Quantrell, love you, buddy. I see you on there. This kitchen, honestly, it's nice. I mean, it's updated, a lot of room if you like to cook. All the appliances are new, stainless. Stay with the house. One thing I'm noticing, as I said, and I'm concerned, updated Craftsman. At this point, just down here looking around, this isn't a Craftsman home anymore. It's just an updated 2-story home that was built a long time ago. You've really lost some of the charm that was probably in this home originally. I don't know what the floor plan looked like before. This might have been a little bit more separated where this beam is. You might have had some more hand-carved wood molding and trim. Probably back then, you'd be more of like a rounded arch instead of squared off like this. Obviously, anything like that's been taken out, and you really are looking at more of a modernization of this home. So as far as the Craftsman, it's a Craftsman era, but it's just not really the Craftsman feel or charm to it anymore. Concern also is, I think I'm noticing, there is no smoke detectors. Again, we have electrical hanging off everywhere. That is the thermostat. Well, it's the old thermostat. Looks like there's a new one on the wall right there. But old thermostat. These open junction boxes, that is not code. So like they said, everything has been permitted. That said, if a final inspection happens, it's not been signed off on. There's a lot of that. So, all right, just to give you an idea where we're at here, flip around from the kitchen, looking into the living area, and then turn here. This is how you get upstairs. You have that master or primary bath, and then in here, you actually have a full bath. So there's a secondary bathroom downstairs. It does have a small vanity. You got your toilet, as the Aussies would say, and you have a full bath. So it looks like it's been done well. Nothing too expensive, nothing too fancy, but it's been done well. Take a look up here. These old like acoustic tiles in here. That's probably something that was done more in the 40s or the 50s and is still kind of left behind from that. There's your hot water heater. We're all up to code. It's got the 2, you see the 2. You're supposed to have one on the upper third and the lower third. Those straps are what we call earthquake straps. They are mandatory for every home. They did put it in an overflow basin. That's nice of them. That's what you're supposed to do. That said, both of the, if you can see right here, both of where water might flow out are sticking out over the lid of the basin, so it's not going to do you much good. There's your crawl space, and then here is how you're going to get upstairs. What was the case back then with these 2-story homes is very steep staircases. This is a very steep staircase with small step landings. Now, I have a size 15 shoe. I know that's not normal, but just to give you an idea, you know, it's about 3/4 of my foot that fits on that step. So pretty steep going up and down, but let's go upstairs and check it out. As is the case with all these homes, you're going to get to the top here and immediately you're going to have a hallway and bedrooms. You're not going to have a landing, a bonus area, anything like that. You have a long hallway right here. Directly at the top of the stairs is your first room. This could not be considered an actual bedroom because it does not have a closet. Also, the clearance in this, you can really only walk in about 5 feet, maybe 6 feet before you're losing headspace. And so there's ways that appraisers will kind of ding the value on a home for that based on how easy it is to stand up, move around, that kind of a thing. You do have some nice storage, attic space in there, throw your Christmas stuff in, anything extra. Now all the carpet up here is relatively new, and up here you'll see there's some forced air right there in the hallways so it's better heating upstairs than it is in the downstairs with the baseboard. Still, at some point, you're probably going to want to do a full update. To the right. So my thing is this screams to me flip, or maybe someone inherited this property, updated it. My thing with flips or things that you're turning into an income producing property, an investment, just do the whole job. So like with all that electrical downstairs, it's not finished, it's not done. I have a big problem with that. These doors aren't on, just put the closet doors on. Just do the job. You come in here, this room is really small. There is the baseboard heating in here. I'm trying to give you an idea of how big this room is. I can almost, actually if I stand in the middle and I'm 6'6", I can, oh wow, I can almost touch, yeah, I can touch both walls. So the room is really only not even 7 feet across. All right, we'll come back out, keep going down the hall. You have the step up in the hall, not uncommon, but we'll come down here. Now, again, do things right. It's gonna get darker in here. None of the lights are working down here or even in. There's no smoke detectors, no lighting. Again, we're on the baseboard heating. This room is significantly larger than the last one. It does have a decent sized closet. And up here you're looking, some of the windows again have been updated to vinyl, but not most of them. It just screams half arse. Like if you're gonna do it, just do everything right and get it done. I'm sure that's why this house has been sitting on the market for a little while. I'm gonna flip across, directly across the hall. We have another room. This has got some good closet space. Again, I don't have any lighting. Again, no smoke detector. Looking around, now this window over here is back to the aluminum, so they did that side, but not this side. I'm not a big fan of these low, it's only like a 2-foot clearance, like little kids and stuff, easier for them to climb up, get out, fall out, that kind of a thing. So I'm not a big fan, but that being said, it is a home that's 113 years old and things were different and done different. All right, we'll head back out. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. I might try to flip the camera and show you, but this hall on the end, this room on the end of the hallway is just this tiny little office. It's about 6 feet across, maybe 8 feet long. But so people weren't my height back in 1910. So I'll give you a little idea. This is the doorway behind me. My head is now touching the ceiling. Bonk. So that's kind of what you deal with a lot of these. Anything in like downtown Tacoma, downtown Puyallup, these old craftsmen, this is kind of what you're dealing with. Some low ceilings and low doors. Yeah, Mike says, I'm out. Mike's my height. He gets it. So I've taken some funny pictures throughout the years going through houses. This is kind of what you're dealing with. This is really the only room in the house that is this bad, and this door. Some houses it's like this the entire upstairs, but we'll flip you around and head on back downstairs, take a look at the yard down there, and we'll wrap this up. I'll give you my opinion on the price. I'm gonna hit the lights on the way out, guys, because sometimes I don't do that, and then I'm running back through the house. Now here's where these treacherous stairs, again, I'm gonna show you my big old clodhoppers, but if you take a look at that, they're very narrow, very steep, all the way down. I'll try not to take gas, but if I do, somebody call 911. All right, we're back down here. I'm gonna hit this stairway light, And here's the door to go outside. Here's the back patio. It's a covered patio. It needs some attention. The fence around here needs some attention. A lot of moss that needs sprayed off. It is a nice, good sized yard right up against the street. So, you know, if you like hosting, you got kids playing, that kind of a thing. You want to grow some grapes, make your own wine, rock and roll, there you go. We're going to head out and check out this one car garage slash shop. This is more of like a one buggy garage from 1910. This door is coming off. This falls under the category again of like, just do everything, you know? It just doesn't show well. It's dark in here. I don't even think those doors open. They're kind of nailed. Yep, they're nailed in place. So it could be, I mean, technically it's big enough for a one-car garage or a shop, you know, or a grow room, whatever you want to do with it. This is 2024. Make some money. But then we're heading back. Just a lot of outdoor maintenance that needs done here. That is some thick moss. Again, take a look around the neighborhood. If you like walkability, if you like to be close to everything, you want to walk out, have some drinks and some good dinner on a Friday night and just walk home, could be your jam. Take a look on the outside from here. These are some things that kind of bother me in showing. Got tires laying around out here, just different stuff. I have a feeling this home would be hard pressed to go VA or FHA. If you take a look up here, there's a lot of peeling. There's peeling paint, some broken siding boards. That kind of stuff is going to be called out by an appraiser, and you're going to have some financing issues. So let's take a look over here on the side. Here's the side back out to what you call the side of the house, I guess. Again, if you can see up here, you just got cable wires coming out everywhere. Nothing's very clean and tidy. It's not done well. I think the positive on this whole thing is this roof is in really good shape. Might be new, actually. I think it is. I think it's a newer roof. But you do have here the way that they vented this, and they put that boot on. It's just, as Rory gave me or sent me earlier, hashtag be better. So yeah, we'll head back in. Guys, this is listed at $490, 1,462 square feet. 2 years ago, I think you list this thing at $490 and you probably get $520 by the end of the weekend because people were so desperate. This house has been on the market for 3 months now, 3.5 months, and just nothing going. Let's hit this light. And it's just, we'll back on out of here. Let's see. Where's the light for in here? Who knows? We'll come back out here. Back into the kitchen. I'll catch all these lights here in a minute. I'm gonna flip me around. We're back out to the main entrance. Guys, if this was gonna sell for $490, it would have sold for $490 already. There's just a lot of cosmetic stuff. It's, like I said, it's kind of a half-hour flip investment thing that they did. I mean, if you're desperate to live downtown and your market is in this 500 and below range, you know, come in, spend some time on it, update it over a few, you know, months and kind of make it your own. Cool. But I really feel this is at least 40,000 probably over where they're going to be eventually. They're going to have to really kind of consider some markdowns and whatnot. But if you have any questions about this house or any other house, always let Luke and Rory know, or your favorites, as I always say, whoever your favorite realtor is, which should be Luke and Rory. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys doing these walkthrough Wednesdays. I'm going to try to come up with something really cool for next week. Hope you guys have a great week. Tomorrow morning is Thursday morning, live with Luke and Rory. Check us out, 10 a.m. We'll have some cool things. We got special guests, the one and only, my gorgeous wife, Rachel Weaver, Rachel Helser Weaver, will be on doing some mortgage updates and talking to people about rates and whatnot. So jump on if you have any questions for her. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me for Walkthrough Wednesday. Y'all be good.